Welcome to Extraordinary. I'm your host, Thai Legend. Today on Extraordinary, imagine standing on the world stage, defying hate with every stride, only to return home and find the battle for respect hasn't even begun. Today, witness how Jesse Owens' unbreakable spirit shattered records and exposed a painful truth, that sometimes the greatest victories are the ones fought long after the cheering stops, and you'll learn how to apply this to your own battles. The crack of a starting pistol, a stadium holding its breath, one man about to rewrite history not just with his feet, but with his spirit. You think you know Jesse Owens, the Olympic hero, the man who defied Hitler, but this isn't just another sports story. This is about the invisible battles that define us, the ones fought long before the race begins. James Cleveland Owens was born into a world that had already decided his limits. Alabama, 1913. Grandson of slaves, youngest of 10 children in a sharecropping family where survival was the only medal that mattered. Breathing itself was a challenge. Bronchial congestion and pneumonia dogged his childhood, a constant reminder of how fragile life could be. When his family migrated to Cleveland during the Great Depression, they weren't just seeking a new address. They were chasing something more fundamental, the possibility of dignity, a breath of hope in a suffocating system designed to keep them down. A teacher's mishearing transformed him. JC became Jesse, a small moment that would echo through history, but names are just labels. What truly defines you is how you respond when the world tries to confine you. Running wasn't just a sport for Jesse, it was liberation. Imagine a world so restrictive that movement itself becomes an act of rebellion. Each stride was a statement, "You cannot limit me." His coach, Charles Riley, saw something special, not just athletic talent, but an unbreakable spirit. Before dawn, while most were sleeping, Riley would train Jesse, bringing him breakfast, believing in him when no one else would. Ohio State University offered Jesse a scholarship, but not really. No campus housing, no dining with white teammates. He worked as an elevator operator, training between shifts. Every obstacle was just another starting block. May 25, 1935, the Big Ten Championships. Jesse's back was injured, most would have quit, but most was a luxury Jesse couldn't afford. In just 45 minutes, he rewrote athletic history, 3 world records, 1 tied record, a performance so extraordinary it would stand for decades. But this wasn't just about speed. This was about proving that limitations are often just illusions we're taught to believe. Can you feel the tension? The young black athlete fighting not just competitors, but an entire system designed to suppress him. Each record was a punch through the walls of segregation. The 1936 Berlin Olympics wasn't just a sporting event, it was a political battlefield. Hitler's propaganda machine was primed to showcase Aryan supremacy. Jesse Owens arrived as a living, running contradiction to that toxic ideology. 4 gold medals in 7 days, not just victories but declarations. Each race a thunderous response to hatred. Imagine the pressure, the world watching, an entire system waiting for you to fail. But pressure creates diamonds, and Jesse Owens was transforming under that global spotlight. In the midst of this charged atmosphere, something remarkable happened. German athlete Luz Long did the unthinkable. During the long jump, with Jesse struggling to qualify, Long approached him, offered advice, helped a competitor in front of Hitler himself. Their embrace after Jesse's victory was more than a sporting moment. It was humanity defying political madness. Would you have that courage to see beyond the labels, the propaganda, the artificial divisions? If you're enjoying Extraordinary, please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code for our free 7-day email course, The Breakthrough Blueprint. Turn setbacks into comebacks using tactics of great underdogs like Stephen Hawking and Lincoln. Now, back to the episode. Returning home was Jesse's true marathon. 4 Olympic gold medals meant nothing in a country still shackled by segregation. No White House invitation, no ticker tape parade, just the cold reality of a nation that celebrated his victories abroad but refused his humanity at home. Survival became his next competition, racing horses, working as a gas station attendant, filing for bankruptcy in 1939. The same hands that had lifted America's pride were now scrambling to keep his family fed. Can you imagine that contradiction? Being a global hero and a local nobody. But Jesse understood something profound. Victories aren't measured by medals, but by how you respond when the world tries to break you. The 1960s and 70s saw Jesse evolve from athlete to activist. He realized his true legacy wasn't about running fast, but about running toward something bigger: dignity, equality, hope. When he received the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1976, it wasn't just a personal triumph. It was a testament to every person who had been told they didn't belong, every soul fighting invisible battles. Look around you. The barriers Jesse faced haven't disappeared. They've just changed shape. Racism, limitation, self-doubt. These are the real opponents we all face. But here's your challenge. What invisible battle are you fighting right now? Where are you allowing others to define your limits? Jesse Owens didn't just run races. He ran against history, against expectation, against a world that said he couldn't. And in doing so, he showed us something revolutionary. Your spirit is unbreakable if you choose to make it so. His story isn't about being exceptional. It's about recognizing the exceptional within yourself, about understanding that every stride, every struggle, every moment of resistance is a victory. Remember that moment in Berlin? Jesse and Luz Long, an American and a German, a black man and a white man, embracing beyond the politics, beyond the propaganda. That's your blueprint. That's your challenge. Break your own barriers. Challenge the limitations others place on you. Run your race, not just on the track, but in life. Because the most important race, it's the one you run against yourself. Will you stand still, or will you run? On the next episode of Extraordinary, imagine if after breaking barriers and challenging prejudice at the Olympics, Jesse Owens had to start from scratch, facing rejection after rejection, until he finally found his recipe for success, well into his twilight years. That's exactly what happened to our next hero, but who is this mysterious figure, and how did they turn their dreams against overwhelming odds into a global legacy? Find out in the upcoming video. Harlan Sanders, Fried Chicken Dreams, another story of perseverance and triumph against all odds. Please like, subscribe, and scan the QR code or follow the pinned link to get our free 7-day email course, The Breakthrough Blueprint. 7 days, 7 ordinary to extraordinary transformations. Rewrite your story using the exact frameworks that built empires from nothing. Click the video that just popped up to watch the next one in this series. Or for episode summaries, behind-the-scenes info, and more, go to daily8.com/EO. Thanks for watching.